We are looking to have a very large crowd. With COVID, a lot of people are desperate to get out and get some normalcy back to life, and this is going to be something that they can look forward to doing.
In here, you're supposed to know who your neighbor is. You're not supposed to live beside somebody 20 years and never know what their names are. That's just not us. Regardless of your background, ethnic background, wherever you're from, if you say I'm from Groesbeck, you're in.
Okay, my name is Joan McIntyre, and I am the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Groesbeck, and I'm the chairperson for the first annual Groesbeck Heritage Festival. We originally started planning this in October of 2019, as we had planned to do it in 2020 as a rehearsal to the event in 2021, which is the actual 150-year anniversary. It was canceled last year, but we had already laid a lot of the groundwork. So when this past October we started planning again, a lot of the work had already been done, so it made it a whole lot easier to just pick up where we left off and move forward.
I'm gonna go around you. Looking great, ladies. How about a smile and a wave? Thank you, sir.
We also have a gentleman here in town who owns the Texas longhorn that is on record for having the longest horns in the state of Texas.
Hi, my name is Larry Smith II. I'm the owner of Deuce Longhorn Ranch in Groesbeck, Texas. We raise championship registered Texas Longhorns, and this is one of our steers. His name is Lakota. He is 17 years old. As I said, he's a registered Texas Longhorn. Not only do these Longhorn steers have phenomenal horn, but we love this color pattern. This is a color pattern that was developed over time in the 1800s when the cattle originally came over with Christopher Columbus on his second voyage. They landed and brought cattle and missionaries and started building missions, and they brought cattle for their subsistence along with other food. But there's one thing they didn't think about was fences to hold their cattle in. After the Civil War, the United States was starving, as we can all imagine. And so there were millions of these cattle running around wild, and Charles Goodnight and Chisholm started the Chisholm Trail and the Goodnight Trail running these cattle. And so without the Texas Longhorn, we would have not had any vaqueros or cowboys or lariats. It started the whole trend. And the Longhorn fed a nation for many years because they were the only animals that had the stamina to make that trip up north. And as soon as the invention of barbed wire and railroads came in, that pretty much was the doom of the Longhorn, because then they didn't need that anymore, and the English fat breeds came in for more meat.
My name is Dennis Wilson. I recently retired. I spent almost 46 years in law enforcement here in Limestone County. Spent the last 20 years as the sheriff of Limestone County, and obviously very proud to say that I grew up in Groesbeck, Texas. Although I wasn't born here, my dad's family, an old family that's been here for a number of years, and we got back here as soon as we could. So I always consider Groesbeck as my hometown. Groesbeck is the ideal community in my mindset, to where you want to come and raise your family and live and be a part of a community that's unbelievable. In here, you're supposed to know who your neighbor is. You're not supposed to live beside somebody 20 years and never know what their names are. That's just not us. Regardless of your background, ethnic background, wherever you're from, if you say I'm from Groesbeck, you're in. That's the way it should be.
Let's talk about these red bricks some more.
The red brick of Groesbeck are known all over the world. My father was a brick mason by trade, and so I had an early attachment to bricks and Groesbeck red simply because that's how he made his living. And I can remember as a little boy making many trips over to the old brick plant to just kind of hang out and see how those bricks were manufactured. At the age that I was at that time, I had no idea about Groesbeck Reds and where they went, but I found out later they're everywhere, are all over the place, the Groesbeck Red brick.
I'm Robin York.
Robin, nice to meet you. This is Deuce.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you be willing to talk for these gentlemen
I'd be
here?
more than glad to.
Kind of tell us what we're doing today. Once he gets ready,
I'm
just
ready.
let you go.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Robin York with American Legion Post 288 here in Groesbeck. Here today we are doing our Memorial Day ceremony, honoring our fallen and our lost. We have our volunteers of our drill team, who's going to be doing our 21 gun salute here from Groesbeck and also from Post 31 in Marlin. We have my commander, who is Russ Foster. We also have our young Marines over here who are going to be presenting our wreath for the Memorial Day ceremony when we're finished here. The wreath represents the soldiers that we have lost in past wars, present wars, and after all wars. We honor them at the War Memorial. We place the wreath at the War Memorial, and that's to honor our fallen heroes, our fallen soldiers.
I'm Tom Hawkins. I've lived in Groesbeck all my life. My family ran the Groesbeck Journal, the local newspaper, for many years, and I sold it in 2014 to the present owners. The building in which the Journal is located is very unique. When it was built in 1908, The upper floor of the building was built for an opera house, and it was an opera house for just a few times. My father, Jack Hawkins, he grew up in Stephenville, but came to Groesbeck in 1930. My mother was a lifelong resident of Groesbeck in Limestone County. In fact, she was born at a little community in the western part of the county called Onyx Ridge. Limestone County and Groesbeck really started when the Parker family came in 1833, and of course Parker's Fort, or as they called it, or Old Fort Parker, fell to the Indians on May the 19th, 1836. And then Limestone County became a county in 1846. You might want to go out to Fort Parker Memorial Park. That's where the people who were killed when the Indians attacked, they're buried there. We were a railroad town. The Houston and Texas Central Railroad came through here, and they also helped start the towns of Thornton and Cossie and Mejia. The oil boom really affected Mejia more than it did Groesbeck. Now, we got a little growth out of it, but Mejia and to some degree Cossie and the southern part of the county were affected more by the Mejia really was. So something I think is interesting, the Groesbeck swimming pool is if not the oldest, one of the oldest municipal swimming pools in Texas, and it's located in the Groesbeck City Park, and it's quite unique, you know, that it's been there that long, and they've always kept it in excellent condition, and we still use it.
Yes, this is the first time that Groesbeck has ever attempted an event like this. But it was the dream of the mayor to do this, and we finally decided that we would proceed ahead and make it a reality.
It's always about, let's get the job done. I don't care who does it, but let's get somebody out there to do it and make life better for everybody.
We're hoping that this will be a good time for everyone. There'll be enough different things that people will be able to kind of pick and choose the things that they're interested in.
What greater time can you have to come out again and get out of your house and come to an event that you can move around freely?
Border Collie demonstrations on how the collies work or are trained.
There'll be functions going on that the kids can enjoy, that they'll enjoy getting out. Let's do stuff with the family. Let's get the family together. The families are important.
Number 4. Let's play with the
Y'all ever heard of a man named Waylon Jennings? Has he made it this far south yet? He's plugging away, you know. If he keeps at it, he'll be famous one day. So here's my favorite Haggard tune, one of my favorite Merle, one of my favorite Waylon. We're gonna do one of each probably today. But this here's a little way more blues.
the Heritage Festival, do you have any plans of what you're going to be doing that week?
I don't, whatever Joan tells me to.
Let's all do a holler and a swaller. We ain't got nothing to holler and swaller with, I don't at least. So if you got something to drink and you're holding something in your hand, we do this thing called a holler and swaller. Hold it up high. When I count to 3, we're all gonna holler, then we're gonna swallow. You ready? 1, 2, 3, everybody holler! Swaller. Take a train, I might take a plane. Even if I walk, I'm gonna get the same.
I would really like to thank everybody that has worked on the committee to pull this event together. It's been a lot of detail, and it's something you couldn't do if you didn't have the volunteers that could step forward and help.
And we never know what God's plan for us is, but He has a plan for each of us, and it's our responsibility to try to be quiet and listen and then follow His direction.
It's a lot of teamwork, and I'm very, very grateful for all the work that they've done.
You also have to understand that life is a precious gift.
Would you say you're a proud member of the Groesbeck community?
Well, yes. Happy to live here, yes.
It was the dream of the mayor to do this, and we finally decided that we would proceed ahead and make it a reality.